The 18th century was an age of enlightenment. It was a time when the pursuit of knowledge and the quest for understanding the natural world coexisted with a fascination for the mystical and the unknown. The period was marked by great scientific discoveries, yet it was also a time when alchemists and mystics roamed the courts of Europe, weaving tales of wonder and magic. Moving through the salons and courts of Europe was a figure as brilliant as he was enigmatic, the Comte de St. He was a man who seemed to be everywhere and nowhere at once, a shadowy presence whose influence was felt across the continent. His name was whispered in the corridors of power, and his presence was sought after by kings and queens, nobles and scholars alike. A letter from Horace Walpole, the 4th Earl of Oxford, contains the earliest undisputed mention of St. Germain. And I quote, "An odd man who goes by the name of Comte Saint-Germain. He had been here these 2 years and will not tell who he is or whence, but professes that he does not go by his right name. He sings, plays on the violin wonderfully, composes, is mad and not very sensible. He is called an Italian, a Spaniard, a Pole, a somebody that married a great fortune in Mexico and ran away with her jewels to Constantinople, a priest, a fiddler, a vast nobleman. The Prince of Wales has had unsatiated curiosity about him, but in vain." End of quote. Comte de Saint-Germain is thought to have been born around 1710 and is believed to have died on February 27, 1784. However, many people believe that the Count never actually died. Nevertheless, he was observed in France following the fall of the Bastille. Saint-Germain engaged in numerous conversations with the Comtesse d'Adhémar, during which he purportedly forecasted France's future in the wake of the French Revolution's dramatic upheaval. The Comtesse noted seeing him several more times up until 1820, each occasion marking his appearance as unchanged by age. In 1821, she wrote, "I have seen Saint-Germain again, each time to my amazement. I saw him when the Queen was murdered, on the 18th of Brumaire, on the day following the death of the Duc d'Enghien, in January 1815, and on the eve of the murder of the Duc de Berry." Saint-Germain, captivated with his knowledge, charmed with his wit, and baffled with his air of timeless mystery. Saint-Germain was a polymath, a man of many talents and interests. He could hold court on topics ranging from philosophy to science, from art to politics. His conversations were said to be mesmerizing, leaving those who listened both enlightened and bewildered. The renowned French writer and philosopher Voltaire described Saint-Germain as a man who knows everything and never dies. In his memoirs, Giacomo Casanova recounts several encounters with the celebrated and learned impostor. He describes their first meeting in Paris in 1757, he wrote, and I quote, "The most enjoyable dinner I had was with Madame de Robert-Guerguy, who came with the famous adventurer known by the name of the Count de Saint-Germain. This individual, instead of eating, talked from the beginning of the meal to the end, and I followed his example in one respect, as I did not eat, but listened to him with the greatest attention. It may safely be said that as a conversationalist he was unequalled." End of quote. It has been widely reported that Saint-Germain refrained from eating. While others enjoyed their meals, he would converse and sip a special tea. Many believed he consumed an elixir which was thought to be the true secret of his longevity. At the court of Versailles, the Comte de Saint-Germain encountered the elderly Comtesse de St. Upon seeing the renowned Count, the elderly lady recoiled in astonishment. The following is their well-documented conversation. The Comtesse said to Saint-Germain, "50 years ago I was ambassadress at Venice, and I remember seeing you there looking just as you do now, only somewhat riper in age perhaps, for you have grown younger since then." Saint-Germain bowed and answered, "I have always thought myself happy in being able to make myself agreeable to the ladies." Madame de Guerguy continued, "You then called yourself the Marquis Baletti?" The Count bowed again and replied, "And Comtesse Guerguy's memory is still as good as it was 50 years ago." The Comtesse smiled and said, "That I owe to an elixir you gave me at our first meeting. You are really an extraordinary man." Madame du Hausset femme de chambre to Madame de Pompadour, recorded a conversation that took place between Pompadour and Saint-Germain. The Count affirms, "It is true, Madame, that I knew Madame de Gergy long ago." The Marquise said, "But according to that, you must now be more than 100 years old." Pompadour said, "You gave Madame de Gergy an elixir surprising in its effects. She pretends that for a long while she appeared to be no older than 24. Why should you not give some to the king?" Saint-Germain exclaimed, "Ah, Madame, I should be mad indeed to take it into my head to give the king an unknown drug." Madame de Pompadour reported that Saint-Germain asserted he had the secret to eternal youth, and on one occasion claimed to have personally known Cleopatra, and on another to have had chatted familiarly with the Queen of Sheba. A London publication makes the following brief analysis of his ancestry, and I quote, "Did he in his old age tell the truth to his protector and enthusiastic admirer, Prince Charles of Hesse-Cassel? According to the story told by his last friend, he was the son of Prince Rákóczi of Transylvania and his first wife, Attacali. He was placed when an infant under the protection of the last of the Medici, Gian Gastone. When he grew up and heard that his two brothers, sons of the Princess Hesse-Rheinfels of Rothenburg, had received the names of St. Charles and St. Elizabeth, he determined to take the name of the Holy Brother, St. Germanus. What was the truth? One thing alone is certain, that he was the protégé of the last Medici." End of quote. No one knew his true origins, the source of his wealth, or the secret of his seemingly ageless visage. Throughout the decades, Saint-Germain always appeared to be in his mid-40s. He appeared to never age. Some believed he was a wandering Jew. His wealth was as mysterious as his origins, with rumours suggesting he had discovered the secret to creating gold. His youthful appearance, despite his advanced age, led many to speculate that he indeed had found the elixir of life. Saint-Germain was a master of languages. He could converse effortlessly in French, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, German, English, and Swedish. He was also reputed to possess knowledge of Sanskrit, Chinese, and Arabic. His linguistic prowess was not just a party trick. It was a tool that allowed him to move seamlessly between different cultures and societies, gathering knowledge and making connections wherever he went. He was a talented musician, having performed on the harpsichord for Frederick the Great, who referred to Saint-Germain as the man who does not die. As a composer, Saint-Germain shared his works with Tchaikovsky and Prince Ferdinand von Lobkowitz. Additionally, two of his compositions, created in 1745 and 1760, are held in the British Museum. Music was another way in which Saint-Germain expressed his multifaceted genius, enchanting audiences and leaving them in awe of his abilities. Saint-Germain portrayed jewels in his paintings with exceptional realism. The French artist Van Loo implored him to reveal the secret of his pigments, but the Count refused. As a diamond collector, he often wore them at social events. His expertise as a chemist was so remarkable that he was able to remove flaws from diamonds and emeralds, a feat he demonstrated at the request of Louis XV in 1757. Yet beyond these accomplishments lay a deeper enigma. Saint-Germain was not just a scholar and artist, he was also an alchemist and a mystic. He delved into the arcane, seeking to unlock the secrets of the universe. His laboratory was filled with strange instruments and ancient texts, and he was rumoured to conduct experiments that defied the laws of nature. He claimed knowledge of ancient secrets, boasted of transforming base metals into gold, and hinted at possessing the elixir of life. These claims were met with both skepticism and fascination. Some saw him as a charlatan, a man who used his charm and intelligence to deceive. Others believed he was a true master of the arcane, a man who had unlocked the mysteries of existence. Was he a true master of the arcane, a cunning trickster, or something else entirely? The truth remains elusive. Saint-Germain's life is shrouded in mystery, and his true nature is a puzzle that has yet to be solved. He was a man who defied categorization, a figure who existed on the fringes of reality and legend. The Count of Saint-Germain remains a figure of endless fascination, his life a tapestry woven from equal parts fact and legend. His story is a reminder of the thin line between reality and myth, a testament to the enduring power of mystery. He is the symbol of the unknown, a man who continues to captivate our imagination centuries after his time. Even centuries after his supposed death, his story continues to intrigue, challenging us to separate truth from myth in the captivating tale of the man who may have held the key to immortality. Historians and scholars still debate the details of his life, sifting through old manuscripts and letters in search of clues. His legacy is a puzzle that invites us to explore the boundaries of knowledge and belief. This is the story of the Count of St. Germain, a man who walked in the shadows of history, leaving behind a legacy as perplexing as it is enduring. His life is a testament to the power of mystery, a reminder that some questions may never be answered. Yet, it is this very mystery that keeps his story alive, inviting us to wonder and speculate about the true nature of the man who may have unlocked the secrets of the universe. The Count of St. Germain was a master of self-invention. His life was a tapestry woven with threads of mystery and enigma, each strand more intriguing than the last. Fueling countless rumors and speculations, St. Germain became a figure of fascination and intrigue among the European elite. St. Germain himself did little to dispel these rumors. In fact, he often encouraged them with his cryptic comments and mysterious demeanor. He often hinted at a past shrouded in secrecy, dropping tantalizing clues that only deepened the mystery. Claiming to have advised kings and witnessed historical events long past, he positioned himself as a man of immense wisdom and experience. He asserted that he was more than 6,000 years old. He spoke of ancient civilizations and possessed knowledge of languages and cultures rarely studied in his time, further adding to his mystique. This lack of verifiable information has only deepened the mystery surrounding him. Historians and scholars have pored over documents and records, but the Count of St. Germain remains an elusive figure. Was he deliberately obscuring his past, creating a persona that would be remembered for centuries? Or were his claims of an extraordinary lineage simply fabrications to enhance his mystique? The truth may never be known. The truth, like so much about the Count of St. Germain, remains elusive. His life is a puzzle with many missing pieces, each one adding to the enigma, leaving us with only questions and the tantalizing possibility that the man known as St. Germain was not who he seemed. His legacy is a testament to the power of mystery and the allure of the unknown, a story that continues to captivate and confound to this day. Alchemy was a blend of science and mysticism that captivated many during the 18th century, and the Count of St. Germain was no exception. He was renowned for his knowledge of alchemy, claiming to possess the secrets of transmutation and the creation of the fabled philosopher's stone. Stories abound of St. Germain seemingly transforming lead into gold, though whether these feats were genuine or clever illusions remains debated. He was said to possess a special powder that could remove flaws from diamonds, a skill he demonstrated on multiple occasions. Beyond his more theatrical displays, Saint-Germain also dabbled in the creation of elixirs and potions. He was rumoured to have created a liquid that could preserve youthful beauty, a concoction highly sought after by the aging aristocracy. Whether these elixirs held any true power or were simply placebos is unknown. Regardless of the veracity of his alchemical claims, St. Germain's knowledge and charisma captivated those seeking answers in the mystical. He embodied the allure of alchemy, promising wealth, longevity, and a glimpse into the hidden workings of the universe. The Count of St. Germain was a man of many connections, moving effortlessly through the highest circles of European society. His presence was often noted at the most prestigious gatherings where he mingled with the elite, sharing his vast knowledge and engaging in intellectual discourse. He was a welcome guest in royal courts, renowned for his charm, wit, and knowledge of international affairs. His ability to converse on a wide range of topics from science to art made him a fascinating figure to those around him. Nobles and monarchs alike were captivated by his enigmatic personality and seemingly endless wisdom. However, his frequent travels and political maneuvering also fueled suspicion that he was involved in espionage. Whispers of his secretive activities spread through the corridors of power, with many wondering about his true intentions. Was he merely a diplomat, or was there something more sinister at play? Saint-Germain was known to be on familiar terms with many powerful figures, including Louis XV of France and Catherine the Great of Russia. Saint-Germain warned Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette that the French Revolution was coming for their heads. Rumors suggest that Saint-Germain was implicated in a Russian scheme to depose Tsar Peter III and install Catherine the Great in his place. Saint-Germain's ability to gain the trust of such influential leaders only added to the mystery surrounding him. These relationships allowed him to navigate the complex web of European politics with ease. He acted as a diplomat on several occasions, navigating complex political situations and brokering deals between rival nations. His diplomatic skills were unparalleled, and he often found himself at the center of important negotiations. His involvement in these high-stakes discussions further cemented his reputation as a master of international affairs. His ability to gain the trust of powerful individuals, coupled with his deep understanding of European politics, made him an ideal candidate for a spy. His charm and intelligence allowed him to extract valuable information from those around him, often without them even realizing it. Horace Walpole's letter references Saint-Germain being in London in 1743, where he was arrested as a Jacobite spy, but later released. Saint-Germain leaves England after his release. Rumors circulated that Saint-Germain worked for a secret society, possibly the Freemasons or the Rosicrucians. These organizations were shrouded in mystery, and their members were believed to wield significant influence behind the scenes. According to the Memoirs Authentiques by the adventurer Count de Cagliostro, Saint-Germain was the founder of Freemasonry in Germany and initiated Cagliostro into the order. Some even whispered he was a double agent, playing various factions against each other for his own mysterious purposes. This theory suggested that he was not loyal to any one cause, but rather used his position to further his own enigmatic agenda. The idea of Saint-Germain as a double agent only added to the intrigue and speculation surrounding his life. While concrete evidence of his involvement in espionage remains elusive, Saint-Germain's movements and connections suggest a man deeply embedded in the world of international intrigue. His ability to move seamlessly between different courts and countries, always staying one step ahead of his rivals, speaks to a level of cunning and strategy that few could match. His true allegiance and the extent of his influence remain a subject of debate to this day. Scholars and historians continue to study his life, hoping to uncover the secrets that he took to his grave. The Count of Saint-Germain remains one of history's most enigmatic figures, a man whose life was a tapestry of mystery, intrigue, and unparalleled influence. In the heart of New Orleans, whispers of an immortal vampire named Saint-Germain have persisted for centuries. Legend has it that a young Frenchman named Jacques Saint-Germain appeared in the city in 1903. He was said to bear a striking resemblance to the original Count and became known for his lavish parties. It is rumoured that Jacques Saint-Germain was never seen eating or drinking. The charming and attractive Jacques Saint-Germain settled into a residence on Royal Street. In 1903, at one of his highly sought-after elegant parties, a woman reportedly threw herself from his balcony. Injured and deeply terrified, she claimed she had been attacked by a vampire, asserting that Saint-Germain had bitten her neck. As bystanders attended to the woman's injuries, the authorities were called to investigate. The police, believing that the woman was probably delusional from intoxication, chose not to question the esteemed Saint-Germain at such a late hour. The woman passed away later that evening at Charity Hospital in New Orleans. Saint-Germain agreed to visit the police station for routine questioning the following morning after the incident. However, he never showed up as promised. That night, after the incident, he disappeared, leaving most of his belongings behind at his Royal Street residence. The police forcibly entered the home of Saint-Germain. The officers were struck by the repugnant smell of death. Blood stained the wooden floor. Bottles containing human blood were found. Rumors of Jacques Saint-Germain's sightings persist, with people continuing to report seeing him in the French Quarter. Whether myth or reality, the legend of Saint-Germain continues to captivate the imaginations of those who seek the truth behind the enigmatic Count. The French Quarter, with its cobblestone streets and historic mansions, seems to be the perfect backdrop for such a timeless legend. Despite the lack of concrete evidence, the legend of Saint-Germain as a vampire endures. His story has become intertwined with the rich tapestry of New Orleans history, blending fact and fiction into an intriguing narrative. Whether he walks among us as an immortal being or rests in the annals of folklore, the Count of Saint-Germain remains a figure of endless fascination. As the moon casts its glow over the French Quarter, one can't help but wonder if Saint-Germain is out there, watching from the shadows, a timeless guardian of secrets yet to be revealed. Some of the artwork and portraits of Comte de Saint-Germain are in the public domain and can be found on Wikimedia Commons. Please support this channel, please subscribe, comment and like. Thank you very much.